Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to come cook with me. This recipe is actually going to take a couple of days. This is a very long recipe, and it is a comfort food. I don't have an actual recipe that I got from anywhere. This is something that I grew up with, because we didn't have a lot of money and we had to work with what we had access to, right? What we had available to us. So this is ham and beans, okay? So I have the ingredients list in the description box below. You need Great Northern beans, they're white. And obviously some ham. I'm just one person, so I just got this little ham steak that I'll be chopping up. And I'm also gonna put some bacon in it. I'm not going to put this whole thing of bacon in it, but I'm going to put some of it in there. And then you're going to need an onion and probably some garlic to taste. However you want to make it taste for you, right? You know I put curry in everything. So this is something that has just been something that I grew up with. So the first part of this, and the reason why I say this takes so long, I don't have a slow cooker. Maybe I'll get a crock pot at some point. You never know. I've always wanted a KitchenAid stand mixer since I was a little girl. So maybe one day I'll be able to get that. I'm going to try to make some butter, some homemade butter though, because I found this one recipe. And I'm going to use my hand mixer, my cheap little hand mixer, see if that works out for me. But that's another video at another time. So this video is going to take a couple of days, okay? What we're going to do first is we've got to soak our beans, okay? So what I do is I will put the beans in a bowl, and then I will fill them up with water, let them soak for a few minutes, make sure that I get them all cleaned up and everything, drain that water, and then I'll fill it up with new water, and I'll put just a small tablespoon of salt in the water to help soften up these beans, because you don't want your beans in your ham and beans to be hard. Okay, so these are going to soak overnight. Soak your beans for 24 hours. So if you're cooking along with me, which I hope that you are, and you're making this recipe with me, please pause it now and go get your stuff, go rinse off your beans, and then soak them in a bowl of water. You can choose to put salt in your water. You can choose not to, up to you. Again, recipes are just guidelines for you to be inspired to create something that's unique to you, something that you will eat, right? And soak your beans for 24 hours, and then I will see you when you come back with your soaked beans so we can finish this recipe. The cooking time on this is probably, you want to slow cook it, so I'm going to say 2 or 3 hours on low heat. If you're doing this in a crock pot, you can throw all of the ingredients after you've soaked your beans overnight. You can throw all of the ingredients into your crock pot and put it on low and let it cook all day while you're at work. And when you come back, you'll have your ham and beans, right? But I'm going to cook mine on a stovetop because, again, I don't have a crock pot. Maybe I will at some point, but I don't have one now. Other than that, I will see you tomorrow when my beans are done soaking, and we'll see you soon. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. I hope that if you're cooking along with me that it's 24 hours later and your beans are soaked. As you can see, my beans are soaked. They've grown inside. They've sucked up all of the water. I've had to put more water on it, which is, normal, right? Because the beans were dried out, but now they're absorbing all of that water. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to cut up an onion. I'm going to cut up all of this ham. Actually, it's just one ham steak. I'm going to cut it up into smaller cubes. And then I'm going to cut up probably half of this bacon. I'll probably cook up the rest of it later on, but I'm going to cut up the bacon as well, just a part of this package, right? And I'm going to put some minced garlic. I'm actually going to do that now. And I'm going to put it in my pot on the stove on low, and it's going to be on low for a couple of hours. Now, what I'm going to do with the beans, I'm going to drain these beans, and then I'm going to put the beans into the pot, and then I'm going to fill the pot up with some new clean water, right? And then we'll give it a good mix. But first I want to do a little bit of, I want to put the onions, or the onion and the garlic and the meat in first on low, so it can start to do a little bit of cooking. And I'm going to put in a little bit of butter as we're sauteing the onion and the garlic to give it a nice little base. And then I'm going to put the beans in, and then the water. It's going to stay on low the entire time. And I'm going to cover the pot, and we'll come back in a couple of hours to check on it, and it's going to be delicious. Now, if you have a slow cooker, I'm going to start cutting things up. If you have a slow cooker, you know, you could just do this in a slow cooker, right? I don't have one, so it is what it is, right? And so I just woke up, but I knew I had to get these beans started, because I also wanted to cook a couple more recipes today for my meal planning, and so that I can make more videos, right? Because I think that it's important to have my catalog all started up nicely, right? So I am not going to do my little separate little bowls or anything like that, because first of all, I just woke up. Good morning to you. I have my coffee here, and I am just going to cut these up and toss them right into my pan, which I have ready and waiting for me on the stove. So these are going to cook down a little bit, you know, especially since we're doing it over a period of a couple of hours, right? So I'm not going to like finely chop these up. You can like size your onions the way that you like them. I don't particularly, it's a texture thing for me as well as a taste thing. I like onions mixed in with other flavors, but I don't like the texture of onions. It's something that I try to avoid. So I usually finely chop things, onions up, so that I can avoid that texture feeling and still be able to have that onion essence in my food, right? Because I do enjoy the combination of flavors when onions combine with other things. But I like onion rings, so I don't know what it is. I think it's a texture thing. But here we go. I usually just finely chop them. I know I'm weird. We're all weird. It's fine. Come be weird with me. It's all good. This is what I look like in the morning, and I apologize, but I don't care. I need to get this underway. So here I go with the onion. And I'm going to, let me get some butter. Butter. All right. So see, this is what I do behind the scenes. So now you know. Now you know, I'm a big old weirdo. So I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons. Put you back in here. And this is gonna be great because after I get this started and it's sitting on low, and I cover it up, I'm gonna go and take a shower and get ready for the day. I make bread and tortillas, and when they dry up and everything, I leave them out for the birds. And I've got a murder of crows that comes and visits me. They're all hanging out outside. It's wonderful. Okay, so I'm putting, all right, we're on low. Put the butter in, put the onions in. And you probably can't see this, but I'm putting it in on the oven. I'm going to put some garlic in here. And of course, I'm going to put some curry in mine, because I put curry in everything. Just so you know, I put curry in everything. It's my thing. Okay. Now I'm going to start with my ham. And, you know, I just get one little ham steak. You don't have to get a whole ham. I mean, if you are in a family unit and you buy a big old ham, say, for Christmas or Easter or for some holiday, right? And you have leftover ham, make some ham and beans with the leftovers, right? Because why not? I've got a couple of recipes that I'm going to be doing today. It's one of those things where you see things that, like I have things in my refrigerator like vegetables and stuff that they're going to go bad if I don't cook up some recipes and get them prepared and ready for my meals, right? So I've got to get on that, right? And that's part of being a single person and shopping, right? Us single people don't usually go through food fast enough to be able to warrant buying fresh ingredients, right? Because it's going to go bad before we have a chance to do anything with it. So that's why it's really important, if you want to have good meals, to really make sure that you have meal plans in place. And I take an entire day, sometimes the whole weekend, and I'll just make multiple meals at the same time. And I'll give you an example of that in the upcoming videos that I'm going to be recording today, because I'll be making, I have some bell peppers, some yellow bell peppers in my refrigerator, and they're going to go bad if I don't cook them. So I'm going to make stuffed peppers, and at the same time, I'm going to make a caroli. So, you know, making multiple things at the same time is something that I do and I'll spend the entire day just cooking stuff and getting it prepared for, you know, the coming week or weeks, right? So let me just, where's my spoon now? I didn't get one. All right. Okay. I'm just slowly allowing these flavors to blend with each other. This isn't any particular recipe. This is just something we grew up with. I do put the ingredients and all that in the description box below if this is something that you want to have for your own. I've been thinking about making a little cookbook and selling it digitally, right? Maybe for $1 or $2. Then that way you could just print up the recipes that you like, right? Maybe I'll put that on my Etsy store. And I'm also gonna cook up this bacon. I'm gonna let these guys just really soak in that fat and everything. And it's important to get a little bit of this cooked up, especially with the bacon grease and everything. Just allow it to get a little bit cooked up because of the fact that these, the fat is going to soak into those beans, and you'll see it will be very, very flavorful by the time it's ready. So that anticipation is always there, right? And don't worry about because I'm going to put these in just like this, right? They're going to separate. Each one of these layers is going to separate as they cook. Don't even worry about it. It'll be fine. That's the thing about simple cooking and different recipes and stuff. Things don't have to be perfect and completely separated in order to be able to cook them up. It's fun. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm putting in the bacon. All right. Okay, let's do a checkup on this. Nice and boiling and nice and ready. Couple hours. I did put this on the back burner on low, simply because it's the smaller burners are on the back of this stove for some crazy reason. But look, there you go. I'm gonna go back to the island and I'm gonna actually bowl this or plate this up, and we shall take a look at it and take a taste test, obviously, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so here we go. Take a look at that, nice and steaming hot. I hope you can see that. It's beautiful, beautiful, nice and steaming hot. As you can see, the bacon melted nicely in here and or cooked nicely in here. And we've got the ham, and the beans are so tender. It's delicious, I'm sure. It's so hot. Mm. So good. Those beans really soaked up that flavor of the meat and the onions and the garlic. It's so delicious. Very hearty meal on a very tight budget, right? But it's still, I mean, you can get a lot of bowls of beans out of this one little recipe, right? Really great comfort food. It's, if you like cornbread, it's great with cornbread, I hear. Again, I'm not a fan of bread, so I don't make cornbread. I don't have anything against cornbread. I'll eat cornbread when it's given to me, but I won't make it for myself because I don't care for it. So yeah, give this a try. Let me know what you think of your ham and beans if you make it, and let me know what other recipes you would like to see on this channel. Other than that, I wish you very happy cooking, a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.